Yo, Breezels, if you were going to teach somebody how to play Paul, like where would you start them when it comes to
Well,
learning Paul as a character?
well, in my years of playing the character, I'm just going to say without a doubt, like one of the number one moves that you need to like learn and know and just be very comfortable with using is down forward two. Very quick mid launcher can guarantee quite a bit of damage, and it's actually got some quite nice evasive properties as well. So it'll win exchanges with highs that a lot of other moves will not.
I don't really know too much about Paul, but I have definitely been hit with down forward 2 quite a bit.
It's his best move on paper and in the practical setting of the game. There are a lot of situations where down forward two will win you that round. Another move that I would get to know is quarter circle forward one. It's a very evasive natural hit launcher high. Being at -4, you can be really cheeky and steal the opponent's turn away from them if they decide to do something like a jab. So we'll get Heihachi to block it. And like I said, down forward one, Paul's best move. Another really nice quality about QCF1 is the effective range. It's like you can go for a long sway and catch your opponent off guard and quite possibly going underneath one of their keep out attempts on you. It's a very good way.
Get in.
Yeah, get in and get yours. This is backsway 4. This is like the key move for Paul. It's great for keep out, and it's great for baiting the opponent. And another really cool thing about backsway 4 is that it's plus on block. You get to keep your momentum. And so you have a chance to have, if your opponent really tries to do anything besides duck, you can go ahead and have a chance to frame trap your opponent.
But the only downside is that those are highs, correct?
These are highs. That is correct. And against really, really good opponents, they will catch you for whiffing this move. But in the beginning, you know, this move and like this combination right here is incredibly strong. Another really good thing about backsway 4 is that it's a counter hit launcher. And you get big damage. Forward 1+2, Hammer of the Gods. This is Paul's only mid that grants him plus frames on block, which is huge. And it's locked behind a move that's only 20 frames fast, so it's not going to win in the scramble most of the time. But when the opponent does block it, you have momentum. If they duck it, they eat quite a bit of damage. And when it counter hits, it knocks them down. It just has really, really good properties of that move. You get a huge advantage there. Tries to do anything, you can just snipe him with a down forward 2.
So he's basically in hit stun or block stun when people get hit by that.
This requires a hard read. This is a risky play, but I catch people a lot doing this. If they want to, say, disrespect your plus frames and take their turn back and try to keep you from doing anything cheeky, you can do forward 1+2 into down 1+2 to frame trap them. The move is risky because down 1+2 is launch punishable on block. So you have to know what your opponent's going to do before you just start throwing that out. But with good observation on what your opponent is doing, that is when you can catch them really off guard. And especially at the wall, like this wall splats. So you get a wall combo and you get wall pressure after that. And it all starts with forward 1+2. All right, so we can't talk about key moves with Paul without talking about Death Fist. This is a move that he is known for. When you're starting out, everyone, I would just say get to know this move, get to know the strengths and the weaknesses of this move, learn the good and the bad with it, and then at that point you can really learn how to place this move properly because it's very worth hitting. See, as you can see, like it has a clean hit property, which means you get 150 times damage for landing it. Without the clean hit property, you only get like 36 damage compared to 54 damage. That's not even counting what you can get on clean hit and counter hit. I mean, look at that health bar.
That's a heckin' chunk. It's not Tekken Tag 1 damage, but it's still pretty
It's
good.
not Tekken Tag 1 damage. It's not Season 1 damage. I'm just going to say, when you hit your opponent with this,
That is some ridiculous damage.
Is some ridiculous damage. The move is not good on block, and the move is very linear, so it's very difficult to throw the move out in open space. And as in difficult, I mean it's very risky to throw it in open space. Death Fist at the wall is a killer. Death Fist, if you counter hit the opponent with it, it's a killer. And since it comes out of forward sway, go underneath highs with the sway and then get a really juicy hit afterwards. So again, this move, get to know it, everyone. When it's placed properly, it's a huge momentum swing. To complement Death Fist, we have the Demolition Man. It is one of his most infamous moves. You're talking about a character with mids like that just win the round for you, and then you have like scary knockdown wall splatting lows like that. If I hit Demo Man at this angle, like I just get stupid damage. There is a caveat to Demo Man though. You have to be in clean hit range.
Where is clean hit range?
Yeah, let's get the numbers on the screen. 1.6 is the max range for the clean hit property. So you have to be incredibly close to your opponent to get the first hit to trip them. The first hit has to be clean. So basically, instead of hitting the opponent with like your feet, as like you see here, you have to hit them with your shin to get them to knock down. It's also incredibly launch punishable on block. Minus 31. Everyone gets like a delayed hop kick on you. Risky move to throw out, but one advantage it does have is that it does track well to both sides. When you're dealing with an incredibly linear move like Death Fist, and let's say you're at the wall where your opponent can't run away, the only option they have is to step left or step right. Demo Man will get them to stand still and have to take the actual mix-up of mid and low. Demo Man really shines at the wall, and that's why Paul is a very dangerous character at the wall. I have one more move I want to talk about, and it's a move that's not, I don't hear discussed too much. Up back 2. It's a 20 frame mid homing tool with really good range. 2.4, that's good range for a homing tool. A big advantage that move has, as you saw, that it knocks down, so you can get really good Oki off of it. And because it's a counter hit launcher, all it has to do is hit like Heihachi's limb if he's in the middle of a string. So the initial range of like counter hit launchers is a little bit more deceptive. Let's say I'm at this range and Heihachi decides to start going to say like his down forward 1 series.
Nice.
In that way, that's a really good space controlling tool. It's a really good mid. Helps out in a lot of matchups. This is a move that you have to use while you're playing Paul, because his biggest weakness is that he's a linear character. If you think you have to risk anything for throwing this move out, you don't. -9 is safe on block against most characters. You give up your turn completely, and then you have to take your opponent's mix-up, but you don't eat a punish. Like, once you kind of get to know the character, you understand that you don't have to risk too much with him. Core Circle Forward 3. This is key, long range, low poke. If it counter hits, you get a free Demo Man for 52 damage. If you get the just frame version. If you have really high execution, you could get that. And one thing that's deceptive about it, it's neutral on hit. Because one thing about Paul is that his lows are generally extremely launch punishable. It's not good to be -14. But in a while standing situation, not every character launches that. Instead of eating a launcher where you can take 60 to 70 damage, you're only eating a while standing move or getting knocked down while only taking 30 to 40 damage. Now, you have to do your own labbing to see like what characters do punish this move. But this move has really good range, and it does track pretty well to both sides. It's a good space control, has good counter hit utility. Paul gets really low to the ground. It's good for going underneath moves. And because he's in the crouching state, like it'll beat like moves like Electric Wind God Fist. Just a very, very important tool. Yeah, those 8 moves are a really good starting point. You learn to get to know those moves, and then I'll say everything else will come naturally, because his entire game plan is kind of get started from these moves in particular. Just the damage potential and just good counter hit utility.
Yeah, man, this is some really good stuff.
I'd love to spread the good word of Paul and get more people to kind of look into him and get more people to flesh him out a little bit more. Like, throw your own flavor to Paul. He's like a gambler. If you're feeling a hot streak, man, you can get rewarded big time. But like a gambler, like, you can also lose big time.
Yeah, he seems like he's a lot of fun. We will be back next time with some more Tekken. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.